Hey everyone, welcome back to GM Details, where we have a new car in the family and I'll be giving it its first wash and protecting it with a variety of sealants, from the bodywork to the wheels. These are vastly different from the last MG ZS we had, which had the plainest spoked alloy wheels you could have, to these new diamond cut 17-inch black gloss ones, which complement the car very well. These cars are the cheapest SUV style cars you can buy, and to be honest I'm really surprised with how the car drives and what comes with it as standard, but this isn't a car review, so let's get on with the cleaning. So I'm starting the process with Garage Therapy Zero Decon shampoo, hopefully to remove any dealership spray wax that they've applied. It's definitely got some gloss enhancers on it, so I just want to take that off to apply my own sealants. I'm using a new lens I'm testing out to feature in a future cheap versus expensive SNOWFOAM lens video. The Zero Decon shampoo is diluted at 50ml to 400ml of water in the foam lens bottle, and it's advised to use warm water, presumably to help the chemical mix better. 450ml might not seem a lot for quite a lump of a car, but with this product you don't want it or need it to be super thick foam, as long as it's got a layer on the car to soak or dwell to allow the chemical to do its thing for a few minutes. How long you can allow it to dwell for will be weather dependent, and as it's quite an overcast day I can leave it on for up to 10 minutes before rinsing it off with the pressure washer. If you haven't heard of Garage Therapy Zero Decon shampoo before, it's an alkaline shampoo that's capable of doing so many jobs, it's always worth having a bottle of it in your cupboard. Today I'm hoping it'll remove the dealer applied protection, as I want to apply my own. And as you can see from the water behaviour here, the protection is strong enough to resist Zero Decon as a foam. So the next stage is to use it in a bucket with the wash pad in a contact wash, as the abrasion of the mitt coupled with the shampoo will have a bigger impact than the foam alone. That's probably being due to whatever was applied at the dealership has only been on for around a week, and whilst Garage Therapy Zero Decon shampoo will help to remove old waxes and sealants, it's not a strip wash that will be a miracle product to remove everything, no matter if it was newly applied or not. I used 65ml of Decon shampoo in my wash bucket with around 15 litres of water, and the difference between foam alone and a contact wash is evident. Whatever was on there ain't no more, so I'm happy to move on to drying the car off and deciding which sealant is going where, as I'm going to use a few different ones just to see which offers ease of application, good water behaviour and level of protection, and come back on the next video and give you an update of how they're all holding up. So be sure to be subscribed to GM Details if you're interested in seeing that update. So to dry the car off, I'm still using this excellent gold member twisted loop drying towel from a website called Cars and Donuts. It's a side company to the leather repair company, and this towel is a fantastic £9.50 at the moment. I've been using this one for 2 years now, and as you can see from my review, I was happy with it then and I'm still loving it today. But of course, any drying towel won't get the water trapped behind the mirrors, light lenses and badges, etc. So I'm also using my pet dryer just to flush out as much water as I can, just to make sure there's an even application of the sealants without the water affecting the way they bond to the paint. Now the reason for the sealant comparison is the launch of the brand new product from the Detail Kitchen. It's a multi-use ultra hydrophobic sealant called Strawberries and Gleam. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen me post some stories about its use on alloy wheels, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with how quick and easy it is to use as a spray and rinse sealant, but it can also be applied neat as a longer lasting sealant, and that's what I want to use first on the bonnet. The Detail Kitchen recommends the use of a damp, soft applicator for maximum durability, and of course a microfiber cloth to buff away any excess. So I'm using a soft microfiber block, which I find are a lot better than a foam applicator for coverage. So you take your damp applicator, and after shaking the bottle of Strawberries and Gleam, you apply a few sprays into the applicator and apply in a cross hatch fashion to the panel. I found these sprays in the pad was more than enough to prime the pad and cover the half bonnet area, and proceed to even out the coverage with the cross hatch method. I'm always nervous at this point as it's not a ceramic, so it won't rainbow, and it'll also not dry like a wax, so I'm not sure what I'm looking for in a way to tell whether it's ready to buff off or not. Initially I thought the application was easy enough and the product was applied evenly, so I proceed onto the other half while the first side was curing. It says you can leave it to cure for up to 5 minutes before buffing off any remaining residue. So as the pad was already primed, I added another couple of sprays to the pad and went ahead coating the other half of the bonnet. It certainly is a product for anyone who loves sweet smells. The scent is absolutely incredible and really does smell of strawberries, but it's this incredible scent that might be the method of application's downfall. I discovered a slight problem that I fed back to the detail kitchen and they went straight into testing at their end, so there's more information on that coming up soon. Buffing off the residue is much the same as any sealant. Initially you get that slight grab, then it feels slicker, but there really isn't much in the way of a visual indicator to see where you've been, except for a slight drag on the cloth if you find a bit that you've missed. So the problem I was having was I could see streaks from the initial up and down motion of the microfiber pad. Over application was ruled out as the cross hatch would have taken care of any over application. I tried to reactivate the sealant by reapplying more of it and buff it off immediately in the hope that that would remove the streaks, but sadly they were still there. I have to hand it to the detail kitchen though for taking control of the issue, and after several tests at their end they discovered it potentially could be the scent oils curing on contact with the paint, something that was quite unusual as over 90% of users chose the spray and rinse option, as that gets the best value for money from the product. So I do hope that they're able to find a solution to the problem. It seems it's only if you want to apply it neat for longevity there's an issue. Diluting it and using it as a spray and rinse sealant is perfectly fine. They did assure me though that the next batch that will be available for sale should solve the issue. Next to join the detail kitchen is the Turtle Wax Seal and Shine. This is the improved one that so many people don't seem to like, but I found it to be slicker than the old version and I liked the smell of it too. Application couldn't be any easier either, with instructions to spray a couple of sprays and wipe with a microfiber cloth. Flip the cloth over and buff it off. Incredibly easy with 0 streaks and a very achievable 6 months longevity out of it as well. I'm applying this to the near side front wing and the rear driver side section, so all the products that I'm using get a fair test as possible, though I won't be taking this test much further than 3 months, as everyone's results will differ depending on how the car is used, stored and washed, as well as obviously the great British weather will all change how a product will perform for you. Next up is Garage Therapy 3CS, that stands for ceramic spray. It shares a similar application method to Strawberries and Gleam using this applicator pad. What I'm doing there is priming the applicator pad by spraying a few sprays on the pad and scrunching it up so that when I'm applying the product it won't dry out on me. Then working a panel at a time, spray a couple of sprays directly onto the panel and then use the applicator pad to spread the product as evenly as you can. I'm using a cross hatch pattern as that's supposed to be better than circular motions for coverage. Now you would wait for anything from 30 to 60 seconds and then very lightly go over the area with a low pile microfiber cloth. I'm using a pearl weave here, just don't use an ultra plush one at this stage. Once you've done with that, you can then take another fresh microfiber towel and buff off. I always start with a two-sided towel, one low pile and the other side plush. You could even do the same as me and have different colours of cloths so that you can remember which is for levelling and which is for buffing. Garage Therapy sell and obviously recommend you use their cloths for the best performance of their products, but I didn't have any issues using the cloths that I already have. So this was applied to the passenger side front door, with the rear door of the driver side getting the Garage Therapy 3 ceramic spray coating. And how lovely it feels too. The next two products are from a brand you don't hear a lot of these days, GB Detailing. I've chosen two as I loved the way that these products worked when I first reviewed them 2 years ago. I'll link that video in the description for you to check out after this video. The overall enjoyment of the products were the scent, the application, and obviously the gloss that these products give you, and that all leads to the continual enjoyment, seeing the water behaviour last and last. The first of the two is a hybrid quick detailer / sealant. It's got the ability to remove light dust and finger marks, but leaves behind a protective coating that will last longer than any standard quick detailer, and you can also use it as a drying aid. So that's quite a versatile product from GB Detailing. The second one is Glow. That's an SiO2 ceramic infused detail spray offering up to 6 months of protection. Now, the debate between hybrid detailers and true sealants will have to take place in the comments section, but it offers a good long lasting protection, so therefore I'm including it here just so that I can have a chance to use it again. Application couldn't be any simpler, either with a simple spray, wipe and buff like the Turtle Wax Seal and Shine. Absolutely simplicity in itself. It's also a very similar product to Blitz Detailing Ceramic Quick Detailer for gloss enhancing long lasting protection, and these all come in roughly around £10. Now we're almost there with Stianagloss Parla Spray Sealant for the tailgate area and top spoiler. This is described as a nano sealant, the next generation of SiO2 ceramic products that have nano or microscopic particles in the formula to help fill any minor imperfections in the paint and visually improve them. So that gives the impression of a more flawless finish than the paintwork alone. So you could say it sounds a bit like a spray glaze that will give you months of protection, fill in the micro scratches and be easier to keep clean. It's certainly very easy to apply with no special requirements other than spray, wipe and buff, the same as the rest of them pretty much. And expected durability is a disappointing 3 to 5 months for a £16 product. It's mid-priced in this wee test. And lastly, for the roof, which I wasn't able to film the application of, we've got Sonac's Brilliant Shine Detailer. It's a lost favourite of many and still a firm winter favourite with others. Described as a hybrid polymer, it can act as a standalone protection or offer a protective layer for an already applied wax or sealant, and it's still fantastic value for around £13 delivered for a 750ml bottle. All the products have had 24 hours to cure, even though most don't mention the need to have cure at all. Surprisingly, the streaks seen on the application of the Detail Kitchen sealant have faded somewhat and are hardly visible to the naked eye, or even the camera lens it seems. So maybe the heat or the sun helped in this case, who knows. So a completely fresh look at the water behaviour of all of the sealants now, starting with the Detail Kitchen Strawberries and Gleam. So a product beading is generally how we all recognise good protection, and it's sometimes not the case, but for Strawberries and Gleam it's definitely one of its characteristics, and it's certainly impressive beading, and when flooded with water it sheets the majority of it off, quickly leaving those tiger stripes that make a rainy day bearable when you see how well your car is protected. Remember, this was the dry application neat. It can also be used at a dilution of 1 to 4 for a spray and rinse application, and it should still last a couple of months. It's also fantastic as an instant alloy wheel protection. And next is Turtle Wax Seal and Shine, and this is version 2 of it, also known as hydrophobic wax. And I believe that if you purchase the hydrophobic wax from Euro Car Parts or Amazon, then this is the version that will be delivered. Costs around £7.50 for 500ml. It's a very decent product, then you're not wasting your money trying this one out. Impressive sheeting too. So this was applied to the front near side wing and also the rear offside quarter, just so there's some kind of equality to the test, applying different products to higher dirt areas around the car. So it'll be really interesting to see how the cheaper product fares against the most expensive ones on the test. Garage Therapy 3CS now, and the biggest thing that I noticed with this is that there is no water sheeting, simply the water just beads straight off. Granted, there is still a little bit of water retention as beads on the vertical panels, but there's no water flooding and then running off as a sheet, which I've never seen before. It'll be very interesting to see just how long that characteristic lasts over the next couple of months. It's the most expensive product on the car and takes the most amount of effort to apply it, so will that be worth all the effort? Make sure that you're subscribed to GM Details, where I'll be making another video of the progress of all of these products in the coming months, after regular maintenance washes and general use of around 1500 miles driving. I've also got a separate quick video coming where I used another 2 different sealants on the wheels, so there's plenty of informative videos coming up. I had to double check my notes here, as this is GB Detailing Silk. That's the hybrid quick detailer. Granted, it's freshly applied, but there isn't really much difference between this and Garage Therapy 3CS as water behaviour goes. There is a tiny bit of difference if you look closely at the beads. There is some sheeting going on, but it's barely noticeable. I expect it's the initial hydrophobic properties responsible for this on many of the products here, so I'll be reporting back on this if it develops into sheeting or stays super hydrophobic. So silk was applied to the rear near side door, while on the other side of the car it's applied to the driver's door. GB Detailing Glow the ceramic infused sealant on the rear quarter section, and you can see the sheeting going on here, highlighting the difference in the water behaviours of these different products. It still beads, but in a flatter, more hydrophilic pattern. It's interesting to see the two side by side like this, and this is also applied to the front driver side wing. We're down to the last 2 to go, and this is Stiana Gloss Parla, a very impressive sealant with nice beads and incredibly quick sheeting, allowing the majority of the water to be removed off the panel, thus helping prevent dirt from sticking to it in the first place. It's a very nice and easy product to apply. And now swiftly moving on to the roof, which was Sonax BSD, Brilliant Shine Detailer, and I absolutely love the water behaviour with this product. Isn't that just incredible? Just the way that the beads just seem to float on a cushion of water there. Fantastic. And that's going to be it for this video. Coming up, I've got another 2 sealants which I've been told are exceptionally good on wheels. Put your guesses as to what they might be in the comments section, and I'll also update on the sealants after a few months with regular maintenance washing using the exact same products every time for continuity. At the time of editing, I can also reveal, spoiler alert, that one of them has already failed. So thanks again for watching. Please keep sharing, liking and subscribing. And I'm getting so many requests to go and buy a Kranzel. Go hit that super thanks button. And if each of you donate £2, I'll have one by Christmas. Just saying. I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. Until next time, cheery bye.